going to show you something new today that will help cut the amount of math facts you need to know in half. Okay? So on your whiteboards, we're going to start by reviewing what it was we did yesterday. I'm going to draw an array, and I want you to write down the two problems that go with it. Okay? I would like for you to draw the array on your whiteboards, just like I do, but I want you to write down the two multiplication problems. So, okay, so there's the array. So draw the array, and then write down what two multiplication problems that is. So step one was to copy the array, and step two was to write down the two multiplication problems, just like we did yesterday. There are two of them, both of them. I want them both. Two multiplication problems. Okay. Okay, so there are two multiplication problems, but how you get those numbers, you look at how many are going down and how many are going across. So Drake, how many are going down? Going down, 3. And Alina, how many are going across? 5. So the two numbers we're dealing with are 3 and 5. So one of the multiplication problems is, and the other one, Molly, is 3 times 5. And both answers should be the same. Paisley, what's the answer? And I know that because I'm going to go back and count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So the answers to both of them are 15. Okay? I can use the commutative property to learn facts. Now we're going to get into the real stuff. So that was review. Now this time I want you to just copy the array and write nothing. Okay? So copy the array, but don't write anything. Okay, so copy that real quick. Joseph, we have a new problem up here. Clear up your whiteboard. I want you to copy the array just like it is and write nothing else, Molly. Nothing else. Just the array. And you'll see why. Just give me a second. Make sure your dots match. You don't want more or less. What we're exploring today is called the commutative property. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to take your whiteboard and turn it. I can't do that to my whiteboard, but you can. So I want you to take your whiteboard and turn it. Molly, I want you to take your whiteboard and turn it the other way. Kevin, I don't know what you're doing. That's not what we're doing. Nobody wrote those words. Okay? What changed? Those of you who turned your whiteboard, what changed? So now they went from side to side to up and down. Did the problem change? No. So when we were like this, it was 2 times what? 7. Or 7 times 2. And when we turn it this way, it is what? 2 times 7, or
7 times 2.
Okay, so the commutative property is basically saying, does it matter where the numbers are?
No.
Is 2 times 7 the same as 7 times 2?
Yes.
And so this is what that shows. 2 times 7, 7 times 2. 2 times 7, 7 times 2. Did the dots change?
No.
No. We just moved them. So just because we moved them from here to here, Mohammed, does the number change? No. So that's called the commutative property. If we all get in our car and drive, they call that a commute. Some people commute across town every day from Marion, or they go to Iowa City or Fortville. Commute means you just move from one place to another. If you and your family get in the car and you drive to Target, is it still the same car?
Yeah.
Are the same people still in it?
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. So yeah, basically all that happened to the dots were they moved, okay? So, erase your boards. You have been, what you did during your practice, erase your board, Jonathan. What you've been doing since yesterday and the day before is the commutative property. When I asked you to write both multiplication problems down, that's the commutative property, you just didn't know it yet. You're already doing it and didn't even know it. So, I am going to put another problem on here and I want you to copy it. But this time, no talking. Okay, so I just want you to copy exactly what I do and listen. Okay, I see people with stuff on their whiteboards, you're going to have to erase. You're not ready to copy. Okay, whiteboard should be clear. Whiteboard, that's not the multiplication problem I was thinking of. Jump ahead of me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I'm going to do all the talking, you need to do the work. So you're drawing circles. I got 2 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now stop right there. So I've got my array. And I'm going to think, what is the math fact? So Joelle, what I do to find the math fact, I want eyes up here. So markers down. Those of you who are doing a nice coloring job in the little circles, but I want you to watch. Okay? Those of you who have it copied down, watch. What is the math fact? What I do is I look how many's going down. 1, 2, 3. There's my first number. Eyes up here, Sandra. That's not what's supposed to be in the whiteboard. Clear it all out. And then I look at what's going across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? So those are my 2 numbers. There's my multiplication problem. Aiden, so my 2 multiplication problems use both of those numbers. 3 times 6. And the commutative says I can reverse this. 6 times 3. And how do I solve that? You can keep copying this. How do I solve that? Well, I either know the fact or I can start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So I have 18 dots in my 3 by 6 array. So it's 3 going down, 6 going across. 3 times 6 is 18. 6 times 3 is 18. So that's how it works. You can either go one way or the other. I can count going down, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can count 6s across. It's the same picture, just turned. That's the commutative property. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? No? Okay, erase your whiteboards. Now we're going to do one where you get to talk. Okay? I'm going to give you a math fact this time. And I want you to draw the array. No numbers. Just draw the array, just dots, okay? So are we writing numbers or dots, Kaden? Dots. So should anyone be writing multiplication problems down yet? Nope. So I'm going to write the multiplication problem. You just draw the picture. And our picture is going to be 5 times 4. Okay? So you draw the array and nothing more. So that's step 1. Draw the array. No numbers, Alina. Just a picture. Just circles. More dots. 5 across, 4 down. Keep going. Now I saw some people go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But wait a minute. I saw some people go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one of them, Joel, is correct? Yep, that one is correct, but what about this one? Grace? It's the same thing. The commutative property says it doesn't matter which direction. It was like when we went, it's like going from here to here. They're the same dots, aren't they? So guess what? The commutative property says they're the same. Okay? So, now, what 2 multiplication problems would you write down for your picture? Go ahead and write that and then show your neighbor. What multiplication problems do you have on your whiteboard? Now you can write those numbers. And then look at your neighbors. Okay? So write those numbers in. What are the 2 multiplication problems? And then talk with your neighbor. Okay? Mom is your neighbor. Or Solomon. Whoever's closest. What are the 2 multiplication problems? Okay, so Joseph, how many dots do you have going down? What do you have going across? Okay. So those are your 2 numbers, and you can use it both ways. And if you don't know the fact, you just count the dots. Okay? I'm just talking to the neighbors. Some people are done. Look and see what they got. Talk to them. Choose your neighbor. Choose your neighbor. Talk to your neighbor. Look both ways. Look around. Okay, Molly, can you look at Joseph's? What's he missing? I'll give you a head of time hint when you count by 5s. They always end in 5 or 0. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40.
45, 50.
Okay, so Mohammed, what's the name of this property? The commutative. Molly, what's the name of this property? Commutative. Lena, what's the name of this property? So we are using the commutative property. Now you get to do the fun one. Yesterday, you got to draw the dots, and your neighbor had to write down the 2 multiplication facts. So right now, erase your whiteboards. Erase your whiteboards. Just erase your whiteboard. You are going to create the array. Okay, just like we did yesterday. So on your whiteboard, Montaser, what we're going to do is you draw the dots. and they get to write down the two multiplication problems. So it's kind of like a quiz. See if they can do it, okay? So right now, on your whiteboard, start drawing your picture. No numbers. Great, erase what you got. We're drawing arrays, okay? So draw your rows with your circles in them, and then you're going to hand your whiteboard to somebody else, and they're going to do all the math, okay? Okay, right now. So draw your picture. So Joseph, just pick two numbers, draw whatever it is, and then there's some multiplication problem for somebody else to solve. Okay? Now, wait. Nothing goes in the middle? That's not an array. It's got to be rows, and every row has to have the same number in it. Okay? And as soon as your picture is done, you can hand it to whoever it is who's going to have to solve it. Okay? So as soon as you're ready, pass it on. Yep, so every row has to have the exact same. Okay? And when you're ready, pass it on. Paisley and Anthony already passed it on. Okay, who are you switching with? Molly, you ready? Solomon's ready. There you go. No? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You gotta move fast. It's almost like you wish the window could be open for just you guys first. You know, like special ed. I don't think they can. Oh, yeah. Okay, swap your whiteboard with somebody else. Okay, so he's got one. What's the other one?
Oh, this is crazy. I know coding.
Gotta hurry up. You gotta pass. Okay. Gotta pass it on. Kate, have you passed it on yet? That's what we're doing. Pass it on. She can take it. Drake can take it.
My arms are.
Paisley, she's got one for you. Okay.
This is easy. 11 times 11.
I know it.
I know it. I do. 1,000.
Okay. Okay, those of you who are counting, I'm giving you 30 seconds before we move on to the next thing. If you spend all your time on your notes, I'm going to move on.
7, 8.
Actually, it's 121. 360. Gotta count those dots. Yeah, because 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 plus 12 would be more than 39. Okay, 5, 4, 3. Move back to your seats. Grab your whiteboards if you have somebody else's, swap them back. 2. If you have somebody else's whiteboard, you got to swap it back. Clear off your whiteboards. I'm going to give you one more. One more is proof. Okay? 2. Nobody's showing me 0. Oh, thank you, Montezor. 2. Emmett, nobody, only one person, 2 people, 3 people, number 0. 2, thank you for those of you who handed up your whiteboards. 1. Okay, Romeo, ready? This is your proof, and I know what the commutative property is. Commutative property means that we can move the numbers. Repeat after me, the commutative property
Commutative property
means that we can
means that we can
move the problem or numbers.
move the numbers.
And it's the same answer.
It's the same answer.
We can move the numbers,
We can move the numbers
gets the same answer.
and get the same answer.
Okay, copy and do, okay? Show me the two math problems. We're moving on.
I know coding right there.
Okay, Joseph. Got a quick and easy one. Quick, quick, quick. Both math problems. Okay, I'm looking around and seeing people with good answers. I have a couple people who are waiting for those numbers. They need to write some numbers down or we're gonna have to wait. Sandra, count with me going down. Look, look, look. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Gotta draw the right picture. It's gonna be off a little bit. Hey, write your numbers. What are the two numbers? What are the two problems? Well, count the dots.
Wow.
Okay, very nice. I think we've got this. We'll make that. And if you think about it, if you know this, you know 3 times 5 and 5 times 3. When you get into 60-20, and you're doing like times 2, 2 times 7 is 7 times 2. You already know one for the 7s. 2 is the same as 7 times 2. So you already know, by the time you get to 8 and 9 and the higher ones, you'll already know quite a few of them. Because it's the opposite of one you already know. Okay? So, very good job, guys. What you're going to do is turn to page 104 in your math book. You're going to need your math notebook, obviously. So math book, math notebook, pencil, just like we did yesterday.
Almost 24. Almost 24. 24 minutes.
Okay, so notebook's open. Today is the 26th. 10:26 to the top.
Almost a half an hour.
Okay, so 10:26 to the top. These are the problems you're going to do. Romeo, open up. Number 1, it says write a number multiplication sentence for both of them. So you're going to say, what is this and what is this? For number 2, you're going to draw them. 3, you're going to copy it and fill in the blanks. This isn't very hard. 6 gives you a story problem, so draw the picture. 7 and 8, you're just going to write down the multiplication problems. Okay?